Hey, where we at right now? Where we at, man?
I'm trying to get your
So man, I want to roll through. Bro, what is everybody in here, man? I want everybody to come. I really did. I want. I ain't doing that no more. I got you. No, we look. It's in the you know good? Damn, my microphone's stolen. Rather be in yeah.
First off, I want to say there's stuff I know about Errol Spence's future in boxing that I have sworn to secrecy and I just can't mention. It's not that for sure it's going to happen, but these are the things that I've been hearing, and I just really can't say anything. And it didn't surprise me to see video of him hitting the mitts and working out. If you look at his physique, you can tell he's been working out. My assessment of his mitt work right now, he looks rusty, as he should. He looks rusty. Look like he's pushed his punches a little bit. He always kind of pushed his jab though. But looks like he's taking it light, probably warming up. You're not going to see everything he's doing. His physique, his body looks well conditioned. He looks healthy, right? I'm happy he took some time off after Terrence Crawford. That shit was crazy. I mean, he had the accident, then he came back and fought Danny Swift Garcia, then he was gone for a while. He fought Ugas. I think he had like another accident. Then he had a detached retina when he was going to fight Manny Pacquiao, and then fought Terrence Crawford and that shit. So really, he should have taken some time off, not just to reassess what he's going to do in his career, but to also get some rest.
The boxing world has recently been paying close attention to Errol Spence Jr. and the possibility of his return. After being away from the ring for more than 2 years following his 2023 loss to Terrence Crawford, many fans were unsure if he would fight again. Now, reports suggest Spence is preparing for a comeback against Tim Tszyu on July 26 in Australia. This would mark a major move to the super welterweight division and could be an important new chapter in his career. While fans are excited, there are still serious questions about Spence's chances after such a long break. His difficult loss to Crawford, past injuries, and physical challenges over the years have all become part of the conversation. Moving into the super welterweight division also means facing bigger and dangerous opponents. At 36, many believe this comeback could be one of the toughest challenges of his career. Still, Spence appears focused, and training with Roy Jones Jr. has added more attention to his preparation.
Yeah. Now, we got another fight that just got announced, Thurman Fundora, end of March. Good fight. You worked a little bit with Spence out here. Always whispers about him coming back. Can he compete against those guys at this point?
He can definitely compete against those guys because one time he was about the same age as him, I think, or close to it, maybe a little older than him. And one time he's been on for a long time as well. He's had a lot of gaps in his career, so he could definitely compete one time. But one time he was a good fighter. Fundora is a freak of nature, totally different set of rules to climb. Fundora is definitely not the easiest package of that group because he's so tall at 154. So he'd be the one I would say least likely to challenge. But at the same time, Earl is so good at what he does. Earl get himself back to being Errol Spence. He's gonna be a problem for both of them.
Are you still working with him, Roy?
I mean, you know, my door is always open. So I opened a gym here in Dallas. I couldn't tell nobody to come through that door that I won't work with them. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm always open to give advice, open to be there for whatever I can be there for. I'm not telling nobody I want to train nobody, but if they do want to work with me, I'm right here. You feel me? So it's like, I'm open to work with whoever I can work with. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like God gave me so many gifts that if I don't share them with the world, then I'm being wrong. So if somebody came to me and asked me, hey, you think you can do anything? I said, let me look at you. Come in the gym, let me see. If you work out, you work good enough, I think we can add to you. Sure. I don't think we can add to you. I'm gonna be like, no, I don't think I can really help. I don't think I can do that. Because if I can't do nothing, I'm not gonna lie and say I can't. So I don't know.
A fight against Tim Tszyu would not be an easy return. Long layoffs can create ring rust, and many analysts believe taking such a major fight without a tune-up bout could be risky. On top of that, traveling internationally for such a high-pressure comeback may also present extra challenges. Fighting in Australia instead of the United States could change the atmosphere and conditions significantly.
It's disrespectful to one of the great American fighters of his generation, one of the superstars in the sport of boxing. The highly anticipated ring return of former unified 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion, now junior middleweight title contender, superstar boxer. One point in time was one of the top 3 sellers in all of boxing. Making his ring return after 3 years. Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. 28 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. Errol Spence Jr. is going to take on former WBO junior middleweight, son of a legend, Australian superstar boxer in Australia, Tim Tszyu. 27 wins, 3 losses, no draw. 18 wins by way of knockout. Twice in his career, he's been knocked out. July 26th, it's being reported that Errol Spence and Tim Tszyu are going to face off against each other. But more importantly, the location is disrespectful. But I told you, the Premier Boxing Champions, better known as PBC, does not have a budget. This is going to be promoted by Tim Tszyu's team. Let me say it to y'all again. This is going to be promoted by Tim Tsz유's team. And they're going to do it in Australia. The highly anticipated ring return. Now, Errol Spence is a dog, and I'm pretty sure he's not too fond of going to Australia. He went to the UK and beat Kell Brook for his first title opportunity and took the IBF title and stopped Kell Brook. But Errol Spence having the anticipation to see Errol Spence back in the ring. We haven't seen him since July 2023 when he took the first loss of his career in dramatic fashion to Terrence Bud Crawford, who is the greatest fighter of his generation.
Reports suggest the event is largely being promoted by Tim Tszyu's side, which may explain why the fight is set in Australia. This has led some fans and analysts to debate Spence's current position in the sport and whether this is the ideal comeback scenario. Even so, the matchup has created strong interest because it could reveal whether Errol Spence.
No, for sure. He's been ready. If you've been watching Errol Spence been in shape. He's been moving around in shape. He's been popping out to these fights and shit. He's been in shape. So therefore, he's not just coming back to be in shape. He's coming back to be a better version of himself. You know what I'm saying? So he probably did a lot of moving around, seeing who he can mesh with, at the same time staying in shape, watching what he eat, watching what he do, you know what I'm saying, and working on his game. So coming back, we should see a more educated Errol Spence. I think that's what we'll see.
Where should he come back? Because
weight-wise?
He was having trouble making 47, of course.
Yeah.
But now he's been out of the ring for damn near 3 years.
Yeah.
So is this a situation where you don't come back at 54 because you haven't been down that low? Should you come back at 60 or a catch weight between 54 and 60?
I think either or is good, man. I think he good either way. We never seen him at 54, so why not 54? You know what I'm saying? We have only seen him at 147, so 54 or 60 will be good. I say 54.
Do you think that there will be any residual issues from the car crashes, the eye, and the beating he took from Bud?
I'm gonna tell you the best thing to do is forget about it. If you gonna come back and fight, forget about all that shit. Work on what you're working on, though. You need to be, like I said, I put it out there some time ago. I mean, like I said before, if I was Errol Spence trainer, you know what I mean, one thing I would suggest is he go do, gymnastics, because that way he'll learn how to use his body entirely. It's a full body thing. You know what I mean? So I think that was one of the issues with him, was his balance and things like that. So his foot placement, shit like that. So I would, that would have been one of the things I said. And then from there, we'd have been keeping it real basic on, certain little adjustments to make with his style, because his mentality in the ring wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, because that's why we know him, for his mentality and his style. He was beating on dudes, but now we got to do it in a different way, especially when you're going up in weight. You know what I mean? You got to be a little bit more of a boxer, just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. You can still be you know what I mean? But a little bit more boxing.